What's up, guys? It's Whitney. You caught me right after a workout, and I wanted it this way. I didn't want any makeup. I didn't want any filter. I barely wanted any clothes. I wanted you guys to see me, for me, exactly the way that I was. Now, today is the first day of Mercury retrograde, and so this video is attached to that. Mercury retrograde brings up feelings of the past, things that you need to revisit, repair, rethink, rejuvenate, refresh. Anything with the word re in front of it really summarizes Mercury retrograde, right? And so I'm getting nervous. And so one of the things about Mercury retrograde is that it can kind of block your throat chakra if you do not allow it to be open. And so it is on my heart and it's on my soul, and I feel a fire inside of me to finally share what the F has been going on. So first things first, last night I had one of the most amazing conversations with my homegirl that I didn't think she would be the one to inspire this change in me. But I'll be honest, recently, sorry guys, the reflection, but recently I have not been okay, right? And so I've been reaching out to people that I felt comfortable with, that I felt secure with, and they have lifted me up. I am so thankful that I have people that when I asked, I received. They literally poured into me and gave me so much love. But last night was different. Last night, I sat down with a young lady that I basically knew since I was in the group home when I was a young girl, and I'm 30 years old now. And we were talking about, you know, our setbacks, and I was talking about, matter of fact, let's get into what I was talking about. So it was 2019. Let's just back up a little bit, right? In 2016, I decided to change my life and lose weight. I was 309 pounds, and I had just got out of a really effed up relationship. My ex was beating me while I was pregnant. I'll never forget, he threw me into the wall and choked me while I was pregnant with his child. After that all ended and the baby wasn't here, I decided that I was going to dedicate my life to protecting myself, so I would never ever allow any man to ever do that to me or any other woman without defending myself or a good sister. And I was a huge success. I lost over 130 pounds naturally. And I had went from 309, and my lowest was like 169. And I gained and I went up there and up and down. But in total, I had lost like 130 pounds naturally. So proud of myself. I looked so good. And it's the pictures y'all see online. I looked so great. And 2019 rolled around. At that point, I'm a gym rat. This is my life. 2019 came around, and I got a major injury where I could not walk for months. And I went to every effing doctor, and nobody knew what was wrong with me, to the point they classified me disabled. Shit. Sorry guys, that's really emotional because it pivoted my life. I went from working out 6 days a week, sometimes twice a day, to not even being able to walk for months. And so after all the doctors couldn't find what was wrong with me, I refused medication. I'm like, no, there's got to be some natural way to figure out what the fuck is going on. And so I started doing research about my symptoms, and I realized that I had a really bad case of nerve damage and sciatica. And so that's what they ended up diagnosing me with. And sorry guys, my dog is right here and she doesn't like when I cry. And so she licks my tears. It's okay, baby. I'm okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Love it. Thank you. But so after they diagnosed me with sciatica, after I figured it out on my own, after like 7 to 8 months of not being able to walk, I gave myself treatment they offered me physical therapy, but at that point I was already doing yoga and stretching and certain strength exercises to develop my muscles. Thank you, baby. I'm okay. And I was okay. You know what I mean? I was doing a little bit better. I was getting back in the groove of things. But mind you, all of 2019, I pretty much couldn't walk. And so in 2020, I had decided to start my business, Intentions with Whitney, while I was still trying to catch up with my physical activity. And in doing so, I had become so consumed with my business because it ended up being a success. I'm not going to say I didn't expect it because I had intention and I manifested it, right? But I really didn't expect it to blow up the way that it blew up so fast. And so I was trying to keep up with my personal life, aka fitness, healthy eatings, boundaries, balance, versus my work life. And I feel like that's a lot of what you guys know now. You guys know me as Whitney, the medium, the psychic, the tarot reader. I don't like to be called a tarot reader, but a spiritual being. You guys don't really know the core me. And I feel like I've fallen so much in life so I could be that person who understands. I can be that person who relates. I can be that person who sees you without judgment. You know, because I was already gifted. So now to know what it's like to have been at the bottom, I don't judge the bottom. Because there's only one place to go, and that's up. And so let's get back to it. In 2020, after starting the business, and 2021 rolls around, I'm in my first year of business. It's still successful. I'm still trying to move my body and get back to where I was, but I fully wasn't there yet, but I was doing good. 2021, I got pregnant unexpectedly. Everyone's like, well, how do you unexpectedly get pregnant? I didn't know that I was going to get pregnant, right? And so it wasn't my intention. So I got pregnant with my son, and almost 6 months into my pregnancy, my son wasn't here. And that was in September of 2021. And I didn't say anything. I just kept working because at that point, that was what I knew. In December of 2021, and I got approval to say this because I asked first. But in 2021, my fiance, who was my ex then in 2021, so after we lost the baby, we just decided not to move forward, just to be friends after being together 5 years, which I was cool with because I'd rather keep someone that I love as a friend than nothing at all. And so 2021 in December comes around, my ex gets COVID, and it changed both of our lives forever. I'll never forget. After COVID was gone, and after that passed, me and him were in the car one day, and he said to me, I got something to tell you. And I said, what's that? He said, I don't identify with being a man. And I looked at him like, what? What are you trying to say here? And I had an idea because, I mean, you're not with someone for 5 years and don't have an idea that something's off. But see, we'll get into it. So he looks at me and he says, I don't feel like a man. I'm a woman. And immediately, without judgment, I just looked at him and said, I'm really glad you are being who you are called to be and who you want to be. You see, I love this person so much that he could turn yellow, purple, blue, or green, and I'm gonna be loyal. What's that meme? It's like, that's my best friend and I'm gonna stand by him. That is literally my best friend, and I'm gonna stand by her, which is her proper pronoun now. So she decided, my ex decided that, you know, her truth was that she's a trans woman. And even though I accepted that, and I totally applaud my best friend because today she is my best friend. Even though we're not together intimately, that's my girl, okay? Still my best friend to this day. You don't just lose love like that, right? So I applaud her. She's so inspirational to me for chasing her truth. But for a long time, I had to ask myself, was that me? Was I the reason that you decided to change? Was I not enough? What was it about me that, you know, didn't I see? I had to forgive myself because I blamed myself. I had to forgive her for not telling me. I had to forgive everything. I literally had to heal. And so I was having a breakdown for months in silence, and no one knew. I kept showing up, and I kept showing up, and I kept showing up, and internally I was breaking down until recently. And after that breakdown, so after 2021, when I lost my son, he's not here, I gained about 40 pounds in the beginning of my pregnancy. So up to 6 months, I gained like 40 pounds. So I'd already put on weight on top of the weight that I was still trying to lose from my issue with walking. And so pre-pregnancy, I was like maybe 210. After the pregnancy, I was 260. Well, at least when I weighed myself, right? But that was a few months still after the loss of my child. And after that, I became so depressed that exercising, working on my body, doing anything to feed my soul properly, it didn't seem appealing until last night, when I spoke to the most unexpected person. I really didn't think she would bless me the way she did. And she was like, Whitney, she was like, everybody has setbacks. Nobody is perfect. She said, yo, you gotta remember who you are. She said, do you remember when you lost weight the first time? She said, you inspired me. She said, you made me want to be better. And now she's on her weight loss journey. And I just looked at it like, damn, like, and I'm sorry if y'all can hear that. I live in a big city downtown, but she was like, you inspired me. And it really just hit me like, whew, like, yo, I gotta stop being a victim. I gotta pick myself up. I have to choose me. I have to rethink, rearrange, repair my mind, my choices, my words. And so here I am today. I could not hide my truth anymore. I was constantly like, so many people, it's like I'm a popular loner. People know who I am, but I like to be alone. And so many people have been calling me to come out of my show. Whitney, I want to meet you. Whitney, I want to do this. Whitney, Whitney, Whitney. And I keep bluffing because I'm not secure, or I was not secure with myself. And so I would have rather hid than be seen. I mean, to the point where I really wasn't even leaving my house because I was so depressed. And no one knew. I felt like I didn't have anyone to talk to. Until like last week, I started reaching out to people that spirit told me I could talk to. God was like, you're safe here. And everybody poured into me. Everybody told me like, yo, you can do it. You can get back on track. Like, you just got to choose you. And so I'm reminding you today, choose you. Be bold, be brave. If you're struggling, let someone know, because they may have the thing you need to break through. And let me tell you something else. Don't be afraid of being who you are. Do you know, me doing what I do as a very gifted, intuitive person who reads people on a daily basis, we are all going through the same stuff. It might be a little different, but we all want the same thing. We all want love. We all want peace. We all want financial security. We all want security. We all want a common thing. And we all struggle with similar things. And so don't you ever feel like you're alone, because I felt alone. But that was my mind playing tricks on me. That was my ego saying, oh, you're not good enough. You're not worthy enough. No one's going to understand you. No one's going to accept you. And so it took me this long, 9 months after the loss of my child, to reach out to people and say, I need help. I need support. I need someone to pour into my cup. And as they poured into my cup, it flowed. And it showed me that, one, we all need each other. Two, you are never, never, ever stuck. Ever. Today you can choose to be better. Today you can choose to rewrite your story. Today you can choose to rewind. Today you can choose to do something different. And so for the first time, really, the first time in months, I worked out. Like really, really worked out. I mean, I've done it here and there, but I really felt it this time. And you know what I mean if you're a workout person. Like when you go into the gym and you're emotionally not good, that workout, it feeds you, it soothes your soul. And that's what it did for me. And I haven't felt that feeling in so long. And while I was working out, Spirit told me, share this message. Get it out there. Show people not only just who you are, show them that they're not alone, and show them that everything that they're thinking, everything that makes them feel stuck, they can push through. Like I'm pushing through. And so I encourage you today, at the beginning of Mercury retrograde, to push the fuck through. And I'm saying, and I'm using cuss words because I'm passionate. Ain't that right, mommy? We're passionate. We're passionate. This is your chance to rewrite your story. This is the chance to change your thinking, rewire yourself to have that life you want to live, because nobody's coming to save you but you. And when you remember that and you really hold on to that, you'll do something different. And sometimes, baby, let me tell you, it takes losing. It takes falling. It takes not knowing what the fuck is going on to get shit together. I gained so much weight back. Not all of it, almost all of it, but not all of it. And today I choose to do something different. Today I choose to rewrite my story. And I finally feel bold enough and confident enough and secure enough to share it, because before I was too fragile to accept any rejection or any disrespect, because the internet's a crazy place, right? People are weird. They're weirdos. But I don't know what type of feedback I'm gonna get, but it's really not about the feedback. This is about me being honest with myself and being honest with you and helping you understand that you're never stuck, baby. You might be down, but you're not down and out. In any moment, you control your narrative of your life. And so, moving forward, I'm just going to keep sharing my journey. I'm just going to keep sharing my truth. I'm going to keep sharing my spiritual gifts and abilities and keep showing up for myself, because showing up for me means I'm showing up for you, my sisters and my brothers, and for my soul. Because at the end of the day, that's all it's really about. And so, cheers to a new journey, to a fresh start, to a restart during this Mercury retrograde. Whew, y'all got me opening up all my feelings and shit. But that's my truth. And now that my truth is out, I don't gotta hide no more. Because who wants to hide? Life is way too short to be someone you're not. Because you never know how your story can inspire someone else or save somebody else the same way that the people that poured into me recently saved me. I love you guys so much. Let's do this self-care journey together. And before I leave, let's talk about some affirmations. Let's get some affirmations going, because that was some heavy stuff, right? We don't want to leave heavy. We don't want to leave with a heavy heart. So I am so thankful that I am worthy. I am so thankful that I am worthy. I am lovely and I am lovable. I am lovely and I am lovable. I can do and will do anything I set my mind to. I can do and will do anything I set my mind to. I am enough and I am worthy. I am enough and I am worthy. I will grow through this. I will grow through this. I am unstoppable. I am unstoppable. There's nothing that can shake me. I am unmovable like a beautiful tree. There's nothing that can shake me. I am immovable like a tree, like a beautiful tree at that. I can do it. I can do it. I will do it. I will do it. I love you. I love you. And I love me. I love me. All right, guys. If you would like to book a reading with me, a one-on-one with me, you can visit my website. If you would like to shop all things magical, you can visit my website. I have a Mercury retrograde set right now. They're a crystal bag that I personally have. I use all my products. They're on sale now to help you get through this retrograde. And I love you, my sisters and brothers. Stay strong. Try to be judgment-free. Try to see yourself through the eyes of another. And if you can't see yourself, at least try to see them. I love you guys so much. We love you. Bye.